Are martial arts and Catholicism compatible? So that's the question we're going to be answering today. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Taylor Kelly. I am the creator of The Catholic Martial Artist. I'm also the kids YouTube creator, Dojo Go. So if you recognize my face, that's I'm the same guy, same person. So today's topic, we're going to talk about Catholicism and martial arts. And if you as a practicing Catholic, can you practice martial arts? And my answer is yes, you should definitely train. You should definitely practice martial arts. But you should be aware of some of the things that do go on in, I would say, mostly traditional martial arts circles, okay? And I'm telling you guys this from experience. I have done Kendo, I've done Gumdo, which are both sword arts. I've done Taekwondo, which the lineage I have is an offshoot of Tang Sudo, so I would put those two together. Muay Thai, boxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and if you want to call mixed martial arts in its own martial art, mixed martial arts. And I would say in the more traditional martial arts, there are some practices of Qi. Now, for me in Taekwondo, we didn't really practice that. We didn't practice, the practice of Qi, gathering Qi energy, although it was prevalent in Hapkido. So there's that. So that's the one thing I would look out for, is make sure you guys aren't practicing anything that is a violation of the first commandment. Now, there is this argument that I see out there, and I see it often being used in yoga circles as well, that, well, like, okay, I'm just doing the motions, but I don't really believe what I'm saying, right? Or I don't believe what I'm doing, rather. And I'm going to tell you guys right now that's a poor argument. And here's why. I could hit somebody with a car and not mean to do it, but I still did it, right? It was an accident, but I still did it, and there's damage done. When you are engaging in non-Christian practices like gathering your chi energy, or trying to do something like manifestation, like visualizing the future and trying to will it to existence, you may be doing just the practice of martial arts, but you're actually engaging in something that's forbidden, right? And all the devil needs is an entry point. He doesn't care how you feel. I'm telling you guys this from experience. He doesn't care if you have boundaries or not, or if you are only doing something in action. Like, what did Pilate do? What did Pilate do before he crucified Jesus? He washed his hands, as if that was going to make a difference, right? He washed his hands, like, I am clean of this man's convicting this man. But what does he do anyway? He sends him off to be crucified. He didn't do anything. He didn't do crap. He just washed his hands, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, that you might think like, okay, I'm only doing this in a physical way, but I don't really mean what I'm doing. Like, no, that's nonsense. Which for me personally upset me a lot, because I started learning Kendo again, and this was after I became more serious about my faith, and I started to notice that the things in Kendo were very contrary. Like, we were doing things like bowing to a Shinto shrine, doing chi, like meditation and stuff like that, and the instructor was claiming to me that this wasn't anything religious. But then at the same time, he kept on talking about Reiki and how you have to stand in a certain way to align all the chakras, and I was just like, I can't do this. I can't do Kendo anymore because of that. Now, does it mean I can't practice with the sword? I can't practice doing Kendo techniques? Yeah, I can still practice them, but I'm not going to do it in that environment, in that setting, and that's something you have to be careful of, right? Now, there's also another thing that's a little more subtle in martial arts, right? A little more subtle, and I did this growing up, and this is more specifically if you have kids, right? So if you have kids in martial arts and their minds are a little bit more easily influenced, is be very careful if the instructor starts to say things like, you are in complete control of everything. You're completely in control of your own destiny. That's something that I got taught. Man, I'm doing Kung Fu today because of all these flies in my room. But that's something I was taught, which was, you're in complete control of everything. You can master your own destiny. And that little seed kind of grew into a lot of pride. And, I'm all for taking responsibility for your actions. I'm all for that. But if you don't have an external guide, right, an external force, it can turn into something very egotistical and, quite frankly, Luciferian. This is why Freemasonry is such a big deal, because in Freemasonry, you become your own god, right? So that's bad. Now, what do I suggest you do? Well, generally speaking, if you do something like combat sports, meaning Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, kickboxing, judo, you're probably not going to run into things that are contrary to the faith. Now, Muay Thai, I saved that one for last because I love Muay Thai. I still practice Muay Thai to this day, and I send my students to tournaments. Muay Thai, it does have a lot of Thai practices and kind of like rituals that are involved, especially if you go see a competition, you're going to see that. But there's a lot of Muay Thai instructors that don't really follow that. But there are a lot that do. So that's something to be aware of. Make sure you're not doing any sort of like they call it Y crew, which is where you're doing this dance to the gods to kind of summon up basically the demons to help you fight. Okay, I'm just spitting facts. That's what it is. You're summoning up demons. Any god that you worship that is not the Christian God is a demon. Flat out, it's a demon. Okay, it's like a lot of people say like, oh, the pagan gods are myths. Okay, but they're demons, right? And myths is something to kind of like water it down. But if you practice engaging in that, you are worshiping a demon. And what does the demon want? Well, a demon wants your soul, and they want to take you to hell. That's just their goal in life, is to do that, and they want to do that to as many people as possible. So they're going to take versions of the truth and distort them and turn them into something they're not, in order to trick people. Sorry, this is ironic. This is a martial arts video, and I keep doing karate chops because of all these flies. Sorry. Anyway, but yeah, that's my recommendation. I would stick to a combat sport just because I find that they're not only practical, but you're probably not going to run into that stuff. Now, if there's a specific situation and you're not really sure, feel free to comment down below. I'll be happy to help. I'll read every single comment. My channel isn't that big, so I can respond to your comments and help you guys out in any way I can. So hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and God bless.